Oh, and we are live, I think. Let me turn my chair around. Good morning and welcome. Woohoo. To my little YouTube channel. Let's get the camera pointed at me and it's being mean to me. Get rid of this thing. Now, here we go. That's better. Coming to you live from beautiful downtown Crestline in the San Bernardino Mountains of Southern California's Inland Empire. Come on, point at me, you silly camera. Someday I'll get the hang of this. Okay. That way. And now it's cutting off the top of my head. All right. Beautiful downtown Crestline and my Dunhill cigarettes, courtesy of Cardinal Sin. Check out his YouTube channel too. Smoking can cause a slow and painful death. I think that's what it says. Yeah. Smoking kills. I'm glad I'm not in England. Hi, Jan, in the chat room. I'm okay, but I can't make this a long one. People brought to my attention that Bladerunner, the first film in 1982, apparently celebrated the 40th anniversary of its release Saturday, I believe. Here. The camera's being mean to me today. Well, I'm in Great Granny's rocking chair, which is why I'm moving around. This is ridiculous. Come on, camera. I'll get the hang of this eventually. Maybe get some fancy professional gear, but who knows? Australia showed Blade Runner on the public TV on the anniversary. Well, you might know I wrote a book in which I discussed both films, Blade Runner and Blade Runner 2049, as well as the novel Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep by, of course, Philip K. Dick. Let's get this cancer stick lit. So far, smoking hasn't done me half as much harm as junk food. You know, processed foods. Take out the nutrients, dump in a bunch of sugar and salt, and call it food. My oxygen level is usually around 96, which is good. There's my coffee. Well, I can't stay on long today because my back is complaining. And I'm really not supposed to sit in a chair for more than half an hour. Hi, Howard. Okay, I better start typing. Hi, Jan. Hi, Howard. But today I'm going to take a look at this book by F. David Pete, A Flickering Reality, Cinema and the Nature of Reality. It doesn't actually have a section on Philip K. Dick, but I think it's page 83. It discusses Bladerunner. It mentions Phil earlier in the book, but here we go. As noted earlier, when it comes to film, Philip K. Dick is never far away. And so we have Ridley Scott's Blade Runner, and it's as I thought. The title of the first Blade Runner movie was 2 words, Blade Runner. Hi, Cardinal Sin. Hi, Gil. I'm enjoying my Dunhills. Okay. And so we have Ridley Scott's Blade Runner. Shut up, phone. My phone makes too much noise. And no matter what I do, I can't seem to turn off those noises. All I can do is mute the ringer. And then I forget to unmute it and I miss calls. All right, let's see. The 1982 version of Dick's Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep? And this fool left off the question mark. Shame on him. Once again, F. David Pete, A Flickering Reality, Cinema and the Nature of Reality. Where's my water? Oh, what a day. The film is set in a cyberpunk future where robots, which are called replicants and built by the Tyrell Corporation, have become almost human, but are programmed to have a short lifespan. Well, no, they aren't robots. They're organically grown. Hi, Witta. Oh, I have a Dr. John. Let me type in. Hi, Dr. John. Okay, good morning. Oh, well. In Blade Runner 2049, they do seem like robots, but still organic. Let's see. Following a replicant revolt on an off-world colony, they have been banned on Earth, but a group have hijacked a spacecraft and come to Earth. Rick Deckard, a Blade Runner of the LAPD. Yeah, I believe Phil set his novel in San Francisco. The film is in Los Angeles because, of course, at the time, Hollywood filmed almost everything in Los Angeles. I'm just checking out the chat. Okay, so Rick Deckard, a Blade Runner of the LAPD, is charged with locating and terminating these replicants. While visiting the Tyrell Corporation, Deckard meets Rachel, a beautiful young woman. He falls in love with her, but then realizes that she is not human and that her memories of her past have been programmed into her. Rachel is a highly sophisticated replicant. At the end of the film, Deckard and Rachel leave the city and drive off into the landscape. Deckard can no longer see Rachel as the other, even though her life has been programmed for only a short duration. That's what he has to say about Blade Runner. Once again, it's a good book. I differ with a few things he says about Blade Runner, but you know, that's just nitpicking. So it's F. David Pete, A Flickering Reality, Cinema and the Nature of Reality. And let's see, copyright 2011. And it's really worth reading, all of it, not just the little bits about Philip K. Dick and Blade Runner. Set it there for now. Once again, I can't stay on too terribly long today, but I'm hoping to do a few more shorter videos about Blade Runner this week. Nexus 8. And yeah, the film Cardinal Sin. The film is set in the greater Los Angeles area or something like that. And yeah, right. He is wrong about Rachel's lifespan. She is not programmed to die young. Hi, Paul from Newcastle. Reminds me of an old saying about taking coals to Newcastle, which is like selling ice to Eskimos. You know, it's you're doomed to failure. Hi, Jason. Newcastle has coal. Eskimos have ice. Okay. Well, in the novel, Rachel is not such a good person. She might or might not be human. It's ambiguous. But she is one of a type. There are many replicants that look like her. She's sort of the prototype. That's cool, Dr. John. Some bright spark sold refrigerators to Eskimos as insulated boxes to keep things warm. And in the novel, Rick Deckard basically terminates the replicants. And he himself, Rick Deckard, becomes just as bad as they are. Yeah, I was coming to that. They don't mention Mercerism or the mood organ. It's kind of ironic. You hook yourself up to this machine and you choose what mood you want to be in: angry, sad, happy, content, whatever. And it puts you into the mood that you chose. Yeah, the ice boxes to Eskimos, refrigerators to Eskimos could be an urban myth. Well, anyway, in the novel, Deckard becomes so dehumanized he is no better than the replicants. And he has this experience in the Mercer world. Think Mercer is this holy figure who carries all the sins of the world as he trudges up a hill while people throw rocks at him. And when you're in the Mercer world, you feel the rocks too. It's about the sanctity of life, including animals, not just humans. Well, it turns out that Mercer is really an actor. He's an old man and an habitual drunk. But even so, his world in which he walks up that hill has value. And it kind of makes you stop and think about life and whether we have the right to take a life. Oh, yeah, the mood organ. Deckard's wife always wanted to set her mood organ for depressive. She enjoyed being depressed. Which is weird. Depression is actually physically painful, even though we think of it as a psychological disorder. Maybe she just wanted a good night's sleep, and when you're depressed, you don't want to get out of bed. Anyway, the novel does show, for example, that Rachel throws, I've forgotten whether it's a sheep or a goat. I think it's a sheep. She throws Deckard's animal off the roof of the high rise. She does not value life. Well, icebox really refers to the time before Frigidaire sold everybody refrigerators. An icebox was this metal piece of furniture. And once a week, the iceman would bring a block of ice to put in your icebox to keep things cold. And over the course of the week, the ice would melt and need to be replaced. um, and I always think of that play, The Iceman Cometh. Of course, I've forgotten who wrote it. The Iceman Cometh. Google is my friend. Eugene O'Neill wrote it in 1939, first published in 1946. It premiered on Broadway, October 1946. Well, it's about love, lust, betrayal, and murder. It's a good play. Back in the Stone Age, when I was younger, I saw it on probably public television. PBS in the US. Well, who knows? I did a partial unboxing the other day. I think it was yesterday. Well, hi, Jerry Cthulhu. Good to have you here. Wish I could stay longer. Bladerunner, the movie, at least has that little touch with the origami animals that Deckard's partner makes and leaves at crime scenes. But I think they missed something very important. By leaving out the animals and leaving out this Mercerism with the old man trudging up the hill. Oh, that Sequentia is here. Well, okay, I have some improvement. My back is still broken and my kidneys still hurt. But now I can reach my feet to change my socks. Definitely needed more than the owl. Yeah, let's see. I can reach my feet to change my socks, and I've cut down on the medication, which is simply Aleve and muscle relaxants. Oh, let's see. Yeah, Edward James Olmos is credited with inventing city speak, the language they use in the film. Yeah, as far as I know, that's true. He did invent it. He's a great actor. I've never been terribly impressed with Harrison Ford, who played Deckard. I don't know if I can blame his skills as an actor or just the roles they give him. But it seems like in every movie he's in, it's Grin, run. Grin, run. Grin, run. And not much else. Whether it's Indiana Jones or The Fugitive or Blade Runner. Although he didn't grin as much in Blade Runner. Now, Phil was impressed with the cityscape. He said that was how he imagined the cities of the future on the West Coast because of the not so much melting pot as salad bowl of different cultures, particularly those from Asia. And this was long before we finally pulled out of Vietnam and got many, many refugees here. Boat people, the ones that President Gerald Ford left behind, got on any kind of boat they could find and set out to sea. And if they were lucky, our Navy picked them up and brought them to the United States. Let's see. Yeah, Harrison Ford did not get along with Ridley Scott. Hated the voiceover. Well, Ridley Scott hated the voiceover, but the people with the money imposed it on him. They said, people won't understand the film. You have to explain it to them. They have a very low opinion of the intellectual level of their audience. Here it is. That's one of the problems with media today. A major problem. They talk down to their audience. Many politicians tend to do that too. It's like, hey, that's the nursery school voice you use with 3-year-olds, and I didn't like it when I was 3 years old. Harrison Ford also did not like, I'm blank on her name, the lady who played Rachel. She was badly treated during and after the filming of Blade Runner. But I've seen her here and there in other roles. She was a decent actress. They just gave her a part that was all fluff. She should have thrown a sheep or a goat off the roof of the skyscraper instead of just going, oh, I'm so in love. Yeah, well, Phil didn't like the voiceover. It reminded him of the movies where it worked, the noir, like Maltese Falcon and so forth. That's the one that comes to mind, top of my head. It was a job. It was a dirty job, but someone had to do it. Sean Young, yeah. Sean Young is actually a decent actress, and yeah, I'm pretty sure it was her first major role. I'm telling you, Hollywood is full of all kinds of evil. treated badly how. I don't want to go into details, but in 2049, that film, Harrison Ford is obviously an old man, and yet he seems as physically fit as Officer K, who is a replicant, a sort of Superman in the sense of um, a highly trained elite military. It borders on the Nazi SS. Cardinal Sin, feel free to get into how she was badly treated in the chat, but I don't want to discuss it. It makes me so sad. I wanted to be an entertainer. I was inspired by that old movie about, okay, I've forgotten the first name. Cohan. The one with, what's his name? Anyway, Yankee Doodle Dandy. George M. Cohan. Yeah, in the films, Deckard is a replicant, but both Harrison Ford and Rutger Hauer disagreed. And Phil, in the novel, was saying that even though he was not a replicant, he took on their characteristics because of his job, which was basically killing people. And these androids, as Phil called them, were supposed to be biological. But sorry about that. Ridley Scott had them, even in the first movie, their eyes had tattoos of their serial numbers. And in the second one, their bones were made of metal and had their serial numbers stamped on those metal bones, skeleton parts. So I'm going, why do you need the Voight-Kampff test if all you have to do is take an x-ray and read the serial number on their leg bone? Or take a look at the tattoo on their eye. Right, Dr. John, humans becoming androids, androids becoming human. I'm really not impressed with the uprising of all these replicants on the earth. For one thing, where'd they come from? They were banned from Earth, and only this small cadre, I think it was 6 replicants, managed to invade in their quest to escape slavery. The androids were used for the work in the colonies, the off-planet colonies, work that humans couldn't do. It was too dangerous. Dr. John says, wave a magnet over them. Yeah, try to do an MRI. See what happens. Magnetic resonance imaging. Ridley Scott, especially the second film, 2049, he has so many plot holes and so many things that don't make sense. Yeah, Pris was a pleasure model, and Roy Batty in the novel, Batty in the movie. He's a combat model. By the way, Phil liked to name her in more than one book, Pris Frauenzimmer, and he claimed that Frauenzimmer was slang for a prostitute. And by the way, Pris looked just like Rachel in the novel. And there was no love. Pris was just Rachel was just initiating the sex with Deckard for her own purposes, nefarious purposes. I can't stand it. I'm smoking too much, but oh well. Smoking kills. Smoking can cause a slow and painful death. The British want to pound it into you, right on the pack of cigarettes. Come on. Well, I've gone way past half an hour. Yeah, Denis Villeneuve. Now, nothing wrong with Denis Villeneuve, the director. But this was the wrong film for him, and he was the wrong director for this film. Even though I've watched the film 3 times and I kind of like it, I could do without all the long, slow pans across a dusky orange landscape. And I can certainly do without the interiors that are such a dark blue that you can't tell what the actors are doing. But that's artistic, and this is not an artistic film. But Villeneuve is an artiste, and he's made some amazing films that were right for him. Oh no, they put it on each cigarette now? Let's see. No, mine just says Dunhill. Oh well, they're still better than anything you can get in American cigarettes. The British buy the best Virginia tobacco, and the American companies buy whatever's left. It's lower quality. And then they add all kinds of stupid chemicals that are unnecessary. If you get what my parents used to do was get a tin of tobacco from Canada that was just tobacco, and they'd roll their own. Totally different experience. Next time I feel wealthy, since I can't roll a cigarette to save my life, I might invest in one of those machines where you slide the tube the paper tube onto it and turn the crank, and it puts the tobacco in for you. The what the American companies have done. Oh, I don't have one right now. Nothing on the outside except please don't litter and underage sale prohibited. Yeah, there's a Surgeon General's warning in little tiny print, but there's a little card inside each pack that warns you that cigarettes will kill you. Oh, I haven't fed the cats. Now, one thing I used to enjoy, a Krakatoa Kratek. I'm probably massacring the pronunciation, but they were spiced cigarettes. And once in a while, there'd be a chunk of clove that was too big and it would explode, and you'd have a shower of sparks everywhere that you'd have to clean up. Oh, the little box with the rollers and the cloth belt. I've tried those. I can't do it. I'm cigarette rolling challenged. Oh wow. Phil would get Gauloise, a French cigarette that is totally nasty. Strong and harsh tobacco, and he'd drive me nuts. He'd smoke one and not pick them up again for a week or even a month. Of course, he had that Dean Swift snuff, not the crap you stick in your cheeks, the kind you sniff, which is real snuff. To finely ground tobacco with all kinds of aromatic oils. And because he had put the products in his novels, they really liked him. So once in a while, he'd send them a check for $20. Back when $20 was a lot of money, and just ask them to send him some snuff without specifying what kind of snuff, and they'd send this box with all kinds of different flavors that was obviously worth more than the check he had sent them. Yeah, I kind of like Dean Swift snuff. It's kind of hard to find it, but it is good stuff. You see, I enjoy smoking, and what I do is not so much smoking as burning cigarettes. I watch these people who inhale the tobacco smoke, and I go, ew. I can't get it past my throat. I can't inhale it. Hi, HB. Says nose snuff and rustica is the best. Oh, that's Henning. Okay. I'm not supposed to sit for more than half an hour, and it's been 45 minutes, so get up and stretch. It's been hot here. Yesterday it got up to 90 Fahrenheit. Let's see what that is. 90 F2C for the land down under, 32.2222. So 32 Celsius. Okay. And I know that down in the valley it was probably over 100. But for people who are used to the cool mountain air, 90 is miserable. Oh, good night, Dr. John. I'll be getting off soon. Let's see. At Sequentia says in Sleeper, a future doctor hands Woody Allen a cigarette and tells him to smoke it because future medical science found out smoking is beneficial to health. They also found God backwards as dog. That sounds like a Woody Allen film. Okay. So I will get into my book about Blade Runner in a future episode. No, HB, I'm not good at names, but you've reminded me so many times that it finally stuck in my head. I couldn't remember Sean Young's name, and then I couldn't remember George M. Cohan, and I had to look up the author of The Iceman Cometh, Eugene O'Neill. And I'll promptly forget all those names after I sign off. Oh man, my back. It isn't just that it's painful to sit, it's actually bad for my back. But it is healing. I'm more flexible now. It's so nice to be able to change my socks without resorting to that gadget that looks like a shoehorn with a really long handle. It never works right for me. But I've got a long ways to go. I mean, my hip, really my femur, my leg, took 2 years. Well, it's been almost 2 years. And I think it's healed now. It seems like it. I don't know how long it takes a spine to heal or if it, maybe it'll be quicker. And friends have sent me these supplements. I've got everything I need to give my body a fighting chance. I love Great Granny's rocking chair. Now I understand. After she broke her back, this was the only chair where she could sit comfortably. Yeah, I'm so glad my back is improving. I just hope I don't break it again. But I think with these supplements, I've got a fighting chance. Man, I have got to gain weight. Clothes that should fit me are falling off because I've lost too much weight. So I've got Boost and Ensure and all kinds of real food. No processed crap, no American cheese slices. no no TV dinners, actual food. I just have to have the energy to cook them. And cooking isn't the hard part. The hard part is cleaning the pots and pans and all the dishes that pile up in the sink. But I'm getting there. And my hair is gray. But when I look in the bathroom mirror, it doesn't look as gray. I kind of like the idea of silver hair, but I've got to get a haircut. This COVID hairdo just doesn't work for me. Okay, guys, I'm gonna get going, but I'll try to do some more of these over the course of the week. So, thank you all for listening and have a great day. I have got to get out of the chair. It's getting to me. Thanks, Jason. Okay, all of you have a wonderful day, week, month, year, and life. Catch you later.